Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday evening experience. I'm Reverend Laura Hallett from the Center of Spiritual Living, Greater Las Vegas. And what a joy it is to be back here again with you this evening. Each Wednesday night is a time that we take a look at the theme that we're working with for the month and find some practical ways that we can bring it into our lives to experience it in a deeper way, and maybe a way that we haven't thought of before. So for the month of September, our theme is unity. And so for these Wednesday evening experiences here in September, we're going to be taking a look at the idea of unity and finding practical ways that we can experience more of that in our lives. And so tonight's focus is on the practice of gratitude and how that simple practice can bring us into a state of understanding of our unity with all life in a better way than we might often experience it through other avenues. You know, gratitude is often seen as a deeply spiritual practice in many cultures and belief systems. In fact, it's often said that the only prayer that's ever needed is one of gratitude, of giving thanks. So what does gratitude do for us? Well, it helps us connect to our higher power or the divine or God or whatever you want to call it. It's a way of acknowledging that all of the blessings and the gifts that we receive on a daily basis come from a source well beyond oneself. And so it's a way of acknowledging that we are divinely blessed by that higher power, by that universal intelligence, by the Creator, or whatever you want to call it. One of the things that I found that gratitude can often do, in fact, most spiritual practices can do this one, but gratitude does it in a unique way. It helps us foster humility by recognizing that we are not entirely self-sufficient and that there are forces greater beyond us that are at work in the world. I've found that the deeper I go in my study of spirituality, the more humble I become, the more I realize that, I'm not doing anything by myself, that there is a guiding and guarding force at work here in the universe that is constantly unfolding itself as my highest and greatest good. Another thing that gratitude can help with is to develop that practice of mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is a spiritual practice in itself, and it includes three components. It includes being fully aware, being fully present, and not reacting to what's happening around you. So practicing gratitude often involves being fully present in the moment and appreciating the abundance and the beauty that surrounds us in that very particular moment. It's hard to be grateful in a moment without being fully aware of what's happening around you. Gratitude also helps us develop a sense of generosity. It gives us a desire to give back and to share our blessings with others. And this sense of generosity and compassion for others is often a core value in most spiritual traditions. Another thing that gratitude can do is help develop that deeper sense of inner peace. It can lead us to a feeling of contentment, which is often seen as one of the higher states of spiritual being, where we are at one, at peace with what is happening in us and right now. And what I found in my experience is that gratitude is a very transformative practice. It can lead to personal transformation. It can lead to group transformation. It can lead to organizational transformation. By helping individuals shift their perspective, we lead people to find a greater meaning and purpose in their lives. And so when we're grateful for what we have, there's a natural tendency to want to share that with others, and that helps us develop our purpose and gives our lives meaning. You know, cultivating gratitude as a daily spiritual practice can have a profound effect on your overall well-being and certainly your spiritual growth. When we begin to incorporate gratitude into our daily lives in a more powerful way, we can begin to explore spiritual dimensions that are beyond what we are seeing right now. And of course, it helps us deepen our connection with our own spiritual beliefs, and it helps us develop our practices. So what are some practical techniques for bringing gratitude into your life? Well, one of the most often used one is to keep a gratitude journal every day, morning or evening or both, Write down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. Now, these can be small things or they can be really big, monumental things. But it's essential that we be specific about this. Don't just say things like, I'm grateful for my life. What absolutely is it in your life that you are grateful for? If some person or one of your 4-legged companions or something like that brings you joy, be specific about what that joy is. That helps us in the long term to remember that it's not just that one aspect of it, but each individual thing has many components to it. So, for instance, I'm very grateful for my 4-legged companion that I recently met up with here in my home. And she has brought me so much joy in so many different ways. She's also brought me more activity. So I'm up and moving about more. She has brightened my day. I don't feel as lonely. I don't feel isolated. She has really brought a sense of completeness into my life in lots of different ways. So you see, I was really specific there. I didn't just say I'm grateful for my little puppy, but I'm grateful for all of these different components or different aspects of what it is she brings into my life. So keep a gratitude journal, but be specific about it. Another thing is I found that, it can get kind of rote and mundane to just simply write down 3 simple things. I usually do it before I go to bed, and sometimes I'm really tired, and so it's easy to go, okay, what do I want to think of? Okay, I'm grateful for my life, and just be done with that. And the truth is, I am grateful for my life, but what is it about it? That gives it a juiciness, and it makes me want to keep the practice going. When I'm just writing down, I'm stuck and I'm just writing down mundane things, I tend to let the practice drop off. And so be specific about what it is you are grateful for when you're writing things down. Again, find some way of having a morning or evening ritual that incorporates gratitude into it. Again, it can be the writing in the journal, but it can also just be simply stating them. I have friends I know that give each other 5 things that they're grateful for. At the end of the day, they tell each other 5 different things that happened in their life that day that they're really grateful for. So taking a few moments to reflect deeply on the things that you're thankful for can be really powerful. Now, you can do this in prayer and meditation. You can do it in journaling. You could have some kind of a ritual, or you can say it silently to yourself, or you can say it out loud to others or yourself. Make a habit of expressing your gratitude, your appreciation to the people in your life. Send thank you notes. I think the act of writing out notes has fallen away, and I send out thank you notes, and I'm always amazed by the response I get from people. They're overwhelmed sometimes to actually get something in the mail that's personal and not just junk mail or bills. So send thank you notes, send a text or an email to friends and family members, colleagues, for their support or their kindness. If something happened to you, acknowledge it. It's a great way to keep gratitude fresh in your mind as you're dealing with other people. And when you do that, it makes the difficult situations not seem so hard to get through, because we're keeping our mind more focused on the gratitude of it, of the situation of the person, then we don't focus as much on the negative things. So do some mindful gratitude practices throughout your daily activities. Practice mindfulness by paying attention to the present moment. What is happening right then? Take a breath, breathe in. What are you grateful for right there in that moment? Notice the beauty around you. I like to do this when I'm driving. I just notice the different things. There's been a campaign for the last 15 or so years to beautify our valley here in Las Vegas. And I love what I see along the freeways and the art that is coming up and the interesting buildings that are being created and things like that. So notice the beauty around you. Notice the beauty of nature around you. The flowers that are blooming. I like to watch the different flowers bloom as they're, come about in the different seasons. Notice the taste of your food. Be grateful for the food that you have and everything that it took to get it to you. Or like when you're in the shower in the morning, be grateful for everything that goes into that experience of you taking that clean, warm shower, the home that you have, the people who provide the water services, the contractors who constructed the building for you. Notice that, appreciate it, acknowledge it, and it will give you a greater sense of peace throughout your entire day. Another way that you can begin to notice is to take a walk in nature and focus on the beauty of the environment. Again, as you walk, express gratitude for the trees, the sky, the birds, the other elements of nature you encounter. Be grateful for the people who clean up the streets, the trash collectors and the street sweepers. Be grateful for everyone who has kept their yard in beautiful condition to allow you to enjoy it. As you're walking around your neighborhood or walking through the building that you may be working in, find ways to express gratitude for the beauty that you see around you. Another thing that you can do is to write gratitude affirmations. Now, affirmations generally are short sentences that I say they have the 4 P's. So they are positive, they're personal, they're present tense, and they're powerful. And so when you use words, you choose words that will reflect the power of your gratitude. Make it personal. Put an I am statement in there. Make it present tense. We don't want it to do in the future or in the past, but right there, what's happening right now in this present moment? That's another aspect of the mindfulness part of it. So, I am grateful for all of the abundance in my life. I am grateful for the love and the appreciation I received from my coworkers. I am grateful for my 4-legged companion in my home. Write affirmations that are powerful to you. Just put them around, write them in. I keep a journal, so I write affirmations in my journal. So write them down, keep them somewhere handy so that they're fresh before you. Another way you can do this is to keep a gratitude jar. Now, a gratitude jar is some kind of a container. I like to make pretty ones. Just have small pieces of paper handy that you can jot down anything. And whenever you feel grateful, just write it down and stick it in the jar. This is really good to keep on your desk, especially like at work, so that you have something handy. And, whenever you're grateful, put it in there. And then in those moments when you're not feeling so grateful or when something is troubling you, stick your hand in the jar and pull out one of those notes to remind you of all the blessings that you have in your life. So keeping a gratitude jar. It's an old practice, but it's a powerful one. Another thing that you can do is place visual reminders of gratitude all around your living spaces. You could do something like a vision board or gratitude collage, or just those notes and affirmations that you wrote. Maybe you find some kind of a quote that really inspires a sense of thankfulness for you. Put that out there. Put it out in fresh before you so that you can remember it. What these things do is they allow you to shift away from troubles that you're having and remind you of the experience of gratitude that you've had for something else. And so it's a great way of doing that. One of the things that I did, I just recently bought a home, and this was made possible by the generosity of my parents from an inheritance I received. And so as I was entering my new home for the very first time, I carried a picture of my parents on their 50th wedding anniversary into the house with me. And it's the first thing I put up in my home. And it reminds me all the time to be grateful to them for their generosity, love, and support that they've had throughout my entire life. So visual reminders are just really powerful. Just whatever that is, a picture of a person, a picture of a beauty of nature, a picture of a beloved pet, whatever that is, put that up around where you can see it to help keep you in that state of gratitude. Another thing that you can do is to volunteer or to give back to the community. Engaging in acts of kindness and service to others really can deepen your sense of gratitude. One, it helps you recognize all of the abundance you have and the blessing that you have to share it with others who are in need at that moment. I love that bumper sticker that's out there that says, practice random acts of kindness and senseless acts of beauty. Imagine that if we're just going around throughout our day, giving back in all kinds of ways of kindness and beauty to those around us. What a world we would create. One of the things that people often forget to do is to think about what they're grateful for when they're in a moment of challenge. Difficult experiences can really provide us an opportunity to be grateful. Even in the midst of the challenge, we can find things to be grateful for. So, take a moment, pause in whenever you're experiencing any kind of difficulty, and what are you grateful for in that moment? Sometimes this can be difficult, but it can be really powerful, and it can shift the energy in the entire situation and make the challenge seem not so overwhelming. By acknowledging all of the strength and the resilience that we have to overcome these challenges, it can really lead us to being able to find a solution in a more expedient way. So reflect on your challenges. Reflect, and after you've gone through a challenge, look back at it. And instead of focusing on the negativity of it, see what you can find to be grateful for in that experience. What lessons did you learn? What challenges did you overcome? What strengths did you find that you didn't have before, that you didn't know you had? You had them, but you weren't aware of it. Acknowledge that. Be grateful for it. And the last thing that I like to do is to cultivate gratitude for different aspects of your life. And one of the easiest ways that I found to do this is I write down the alphabet, A to Z, on a piece of paper. And then I find something that begins with the letter A that I am grateful for. Abundance. Could be something as simple as apples. I'm grateful for apples. I'm grateful that I have arms. Imagine life without that. B, I'm grateful for the beauty I see around me. I'm grateful for all the blessings in my life. C, I'm grateful for the people that care about me and the people that I'm blessed to care for in my life. By going through this, it gives us a chance to look for areas of gratitude that we might not necessarily think we have. And it's a great way to stimulate that brain thought about those different aspects of our lives. When we're stuck on things, you can really begin to look at it. Some of the letters are a little challenging, but I personally am always grateful for x-rays because they show me what's happening underneath the skin without having to cut me open. So, find some simple things, maybe grateful for zebras. I don't know. But, find a way to refocus the gratitude that you're experiencing. Look at it in all different aspects of your life, in your relationships, your health, your work, your personal achievements, your home, your place of business, all of those things. Look for things that you can find to be grateful. It truly is a powerful practice to spend time being grateful, because what this does is it changes our outlook on life and our connection to the spiritual dimension and our connection to each other. And this can only help but bring about a sense of unity. When we look at ways that we are the same, as opposed to looking at ways that we are different, then we really begin to sense that there is only this one life that's happening right here and right now. So as you move throughout your week this week, look for ways to be grateful. Make a list of them. Acknowledge them in some way. Make it a spiritual practice that really will enhance your life. So as always, we have our Wednesday evenings, Sunday mornings, broadcast on our YouTube channel. We have other spiritual experiences. We have meditations twice a week. On Thursday mornings, I do a really brief spiritual practice on whatever the theme is, on a segment we call Keeping It Real. Friday mornings, we have our spiritual soundscapes with our music ministry. And of course, like I said, we have our meditations through our practitioners, I believe on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And so find an opportunity to connect with us on YouTube. We are so grateful to know that you are out there. We are having about 3,000 views a month right now. I think it's close to 30,000 minutes of view time. And so we are so grateful. And as always, we appreciate your generous support of us. You're welcome to tithe to our center in lots of different ways. You can go to our website, which is CSLGLV.org, and click on our donate button. And we are so grateful for all of the generous support and to know that you are out there viewing us. Have a wonderful week. Be blessed. Be safe. We'll see you back here again next week. Bye-bye.
Here at Center for Spiritual Living Greater Las Vegas, we are a mission and vision-driven community. We offer transformative educational opportunities, deep and meaningful moments of connection, uplifting Wednesday and Sunday services. We greatly appreciate your contributions that support the amazing work we're doing here in Southern Nevada. We have several easy ways you can contribute. We have text to give. Simply text the amount of your donation to our text to give number, and you'll be prompted to enter your information. There's a link to our online donation page posted below this video where you can contribute by debit or credit card. And of course, you're always welcome to send a check to our office if that works better for you. All of your contributions go to support the great work that we're doing here in Greater Las Vegas community.
Monthly publication, Science of Mind magazine, is a treasure to be read and contemplated. Along with in-depth articles, there is a day-to-day spiritual support to be gleaned from its daily guides. Licensed practitioner Lynn Frankenberger hosts Adventures in Faith on Zoom, and you're invited to join in. This is a weekly group discussion that focuses on those daily guides and how to apply them. Check Facebook and our weekly newsletter for more details.
Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura. Keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real, keeping it real with Reverend Laura.
CSL Greater Las Vegas brings you much of your favorite spiritual music every Friday at 7 p.m. with Spiritual Soundscapes. Enjoy performances from CSLGLV vocalists along with special guest singers. It's music for your soul. Subscribe to the CSLGLV YouTube channel to get a convenient link sent to you for each musical performance. At CSL Greater Las Vegas, it is our mission to inspire spiritual discovery through community connection, exploration, and celebration. This mission supports the all-inclusive vision of Centers for Spiritual Living worldwide, in which we envision a world that works for everyone and all of creation.